Hey guys, it's day 195 of my weight loss journey. 76 degrees out right now. I think it's supposed to warm up to 95 today. Gonna be pretty brutal. I'm out here in a classic, it's the Saucony Endorphin Speed 1. Here it is from the side, here it is from the other side. So I spent yesterday recovering. I did no cardio at all. I did do strength training in the evening last night. My knee is still kind of bothering me, the left knee, but not nearly as bad. I'm just coming off of a 5K race that I did a couple days ago. I ran that race 13 seconds slower on a pace per mile, but I did that with essentially 2 bad knees. And I know that I've been making weight loss a point of all of this, so I might as well be transparent. I found out that when I got home and I got on the scale, I was 8 pounds heavier. You got that right, 8 pounds. On the trip, I was on vacation to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and it was just food galore, man. I tried everything, ate everything. So for me to run as fast as I did was quite impressive for me. But the goal of this week, shed some of those pounds, get back to where I was, and I won't be able to drop 8 pounds in a week. I wouldn't imagine. I wouldn't want to do that actually, but shed some of the pounds and do a nice 5K this weekend. Since I was recovering yesterday, I of course was watching videos on how to get better, strategies to get better, and there seems to be a pretty good consensus that the majority of a person's work should happen within zone 2 cardio. And those zones seem to be determined by a lactic acid threshold or something, but really it kind of corresponds with a heart rate range. Now what a person can do is get a measurement of what their maximum heart rate is, and that will determine where the rest of the zones are. Well, it is expensive to get that definitive measurement of your maximum heart rate, but if you're using a smartwatch, you can get, or any sort of fitness strap or something, you can get a measurement of what your heart rate is, and that can provide some data to kind of base a heart rate off of. Now, my Apple Watch has been recording heart rate data on me since 2022, and it found a couple times my heart rate had spiked. One time 210, one time 205, another time 200, but it was definitely up there. But since I started training, which I guess exercising back at the start of the new year, even during the 5K races, the highest my heart rate has gone is 184 beats per minute. So when I put those numbers into AI, it kind of estimates that my theoretical maximum is 184 beats per minute, when in fact it could be much higher. I just don't really know. And because that's where it sets me up at, my zones are pretty low. So it gave me a readout of, or an estimate of what my zone 2 was. And again, that's where 80% of your work should be done. And within that heart range, I knew that that was me basically walking. Brisk pace walking, kind of like right now, but that was me walking. That's kind of no good. Now, the cool thing about zone 2 is that that's where most of the fat burn happens. It's using your body's fat for fuel and not using your glycogen stores as much, which is, it sounds like a win-win. So what's the problem? Well, it's freaking slow. Yes, I'm training for a marathon, and most of that should be ran probably in zone 2. But the problem that I face is that I wouldn't be even eligible to do that marathon if I stick within those parameters, because I would be at the very back of the pack walking my butt and they clear the track. I found out that through these estimates, I've been completing all of my long runs within zone 3 and zone 4, mostly zone 4. I mean, I start running, I'm in zone 4. Like I start jogging, I'm in zone 4. There's no like medium. As soon as I start moving even at a snail's pace, my heart rate just jumps up to zone 4. The one positive that I can see out of all of this is that now I have kind of a baseline for where zone 2 should be, and that is forcing me to kind of pick up the pace on my walks. And so sorry for the shaky camera, but yeah, pick up the pace on the walks, because now I've got this little nagging vibration on my wrist if my heart rate drops too low and gets out of the zone. Right now, the shoes feel great. I like, even though they are old, they still have a lot of springiness and life left in them. If what people say online is true, technically my zone 2, if I do this enough and stay within this range enough, then within a couple months I should be able to hopefully jog and still remain in zone 2. I don't know, but it's all about supposedly building the mitochondrial base or something for energy. So who freaking knows? All I know is that the majority of the time when I've been walking, I walk at a kind of a slow pace. For me, that's an active recovery pace. It's kind of ridiculous because some people, that can be a run and that's like their active recovery. But for me, it's just like straight up comfortable walking. And normally I don't stick within this pace right here for zone 2. So it's usually either zone 1 or zone 4 the entire time. And so if this is my accurate zone 2, then this is kind of the first time I've worked it extensively. And then finding out that the majority of the work that I've done so far hasn't done much to help VO2 max score. And that score over the summer has just been plummeting. It was already low, like bottom of the basement low, way below 30. And it's even worse over the last month or so because of this Kentucky humidity. But again, I haven't done anything to help train it either. So I don't know. When you're a beginner, it's all a big mess and just trying to make sense of it all. Well, I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thanks for watching, tuning in. You all take it easy. Later.